remote, but we can.
In the fields of Poteet where the sun beats down, strawberries ripe and wearing their red gown. We dream in the rose, a future in bloom. With every sweet harvest, we'll break through the gloom. With dirt on my hands, I rise from the pain. So here's to the passion, the joy that we find. In the rhythm of hard work, we leave fear behind. Strawberry fields are the calling our name. In the warmth of Poteet, we'll light up the flame. Each morning is hope as the dewdrops gleam. Together we toil for a common dream. Days may be tough, but we won't retreat. In the heart of Texas, we'll find our beat. With the lift of our spirits, we'll conquer the night. So here's to the passion, the joy that we find. In the rhythm of hard work, we leave fear behind. Strawberry fields are the calling our name. In the warmth of Poteet, you light up the flame. Embrace the struggle, let your spirit fly. In the fields of Poteet for the sky. Embrace the stubble, let's just get it fly. In the fields of Poteet, we'll reach for the sky.
All right, hey guys. What do y'all think about that intro? Nice. Super nice. Let me turn this off. It's really echoing. You guys, welcome to SoTex time. We're here with some very special guests. We're here to talk about to all of our new growers about their previous season. But to start off, I'm going to talk to Daryl here. Daryl, what do you think about the Strawberry Festival?
It was tiring, fun, exciting. It's been a great 2 weeks. We started off with the sift a couple of weeks ago, and that grew into the
All right. Y'all, look, we do have a live audience back there. You guys say hello. We got a live audience. Donovan's still back there. Hasn't even come up here to hang out with us yet.
We have room up there?
Yeah, you can stand behind him if you want. For now. Of them can read, so just put a sign, no deer allowed.
We'll
Because
try that.
the garlic works on vampires. I'm not too sure how well it works on deer. But
It's just a little pre-seasoning.
yeah, a little seasoning. Add y'all to the stage. All right, now we got some sound here. Sweet. Yeah, no, we do, because I added the so we just gotta not leave that. We gotta leave that one up on the screen no matter what. Okay, so we apparently were muted for that whole first segment. That's fantastic. But luckily this is getting recorded and it should be picking all that up. So guys, I want to welcome the Aggie Growers. Is that what they're called? This is the Poteet Aggie Growers. They initially started off as Interact and FFA getting the grant. Is that correct? So we have Kevin Sparks from the FFA, and we got Alicia Aguirre. That's how you say it, right? Alyssa Aguirre. Sorry, I was calling people by the wrong name all weekend long, but you have to forgive me. I had about a.
He was calling Lisa.
Yeah, I was
A fellow Rotarian that we see every Wednesday. He was calling her Linda all weekend.
all weekend. All weekend. And she says, it's Lisa. I was like, okay, Linda. Yeah.
It happens, Pete.
Yeah, exactly. But guys, tell us a little bit about why you applied for that grant.
So we just wanted to get the kids involved in something other than the classroom. And so getting them outside, getting a little dirty, doing something different. And so we thought, why not grow strawberries? It's Poteet. So,
Kevin?
And on the FK side of it, I grew up here, I went to school here. My great grandfather was actually a strawberry farmer, and he actually farmed the land that we're farming our berries on now. So they're
Fantastic. So guys, a lot of the reason that we created this grant was to, one, honor legacy, and two, to develop legacy. That's another thing that we look for when we're looking for recipients of this grant is we want people that are going to develop legacy. And so bringing in groups from the school for us was a huge deal. We're not just bringing in one potential grower. We're bringing in, potentially 30 to 40 growers every year.
50 kids in our
50 kids. So we could either have 50 kids that are developing a passion for growing, or we could have 50 kids that say, I never want to do that again. I'm going to college. So that's a pretty good deal, right?
And we opened it up not just to high schoolers. We opened it up. We have second graders, and some of our second graders are our best pickers.
That's what they're loaded like
that is.
So let's hear from the kids a little bit. Kids, what is it? Let's pick somebody out. Any, meeny, miny, mo. Who is it? You, the queen. So tell us a little bit about your season. Tell us a little bit about planting. Let's start off there.
That was a very long process for sure. We were out there, they had me out there picking on my birthday, not picking, planting on my birthday. It was an all-day process. It was like 2 days long, and then maybe about a couple weeks later, they said, hey, we have some more berries for you.
Why?
Get back to
Why
planting.
did we have to replant?
Because some of us didn't plant them right.
Oh,
So
And two,
And the deer.
and the deer like to pull them up, and so we had to pick them back in the car.
So in case you guys didn't know, we actually have some royalty here with us. We have the queen right here. The queen of the Poteet Strawberry Festival. And we have the duchess of the Poteet Strawberry Festival. She's actually my daughter. Olivia, can you tell us a little bit about the work that went into it yourself? And why did they have to replant? Let's hear that.
Well, all the deer kind of ate half of them. And then my mom, she gave us little reflective blinders. They didn't do anything. The deer said, it's a party now. Just keep on." And so they just ate all the plants pretty much. And then we had to go back out and replant them again.
Fantastic.
How did the freeze affect y'all? Anybody want to answer that? How did the
It
freeze-
didn't affect us that bad, pretty honestly. I mean, all the weeds we had, it
I
just
think
kept
the
them
weeds helped us.
Yeah.
they'll do that.
Like a blanket.
Those weeds kind of held in a little bit of the heat and protected the berries. So keep in mind, don't weed your fields.
Yeah, be lazy. No, don't be lazy.
Well, so I don't know every single one of y'all. Can y'all introduce yourselves? Start with you on the end there.
Hi, my name is Emma.
Emma?
What grade are you in?
I'm in the fourth grade.
Fourth grade? And let's start with you. Y'all names and grades.
Lucas Aguirre, and I'm in second grade.
Are you related to somebody that's here right now?
Yes,
Who is it?
my mom.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I'm Alexander Isabella, and I'm a junior. I'm Isabella Ferreira, and I'm also a junior.
I'm Justin Lopez, and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Lisa Capion, and I'm a junior.
I'm Olivia Garcia Fletcher, and I'm a junior. These are my kids.
Awesome. And I happen to know that Miss Kumpion here is related to somebody in the room. Who is it? It's the Machakas that were just on camera. So,
That was my second guess, but
So-
whatever.
so deer seem to be a common thing that really affects people, but mitigating the deer is pretty expensive. Donovan, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Man, so we've tried everything in the book, literally everything in the book. I've heard every old timer tell me things from 1974 until last week. It's a trial and error. I can tell you though, when we were farming up on Ditto Road, the only thing that actually did ever work or seemed to have worked was when my next door neighbor from across the street, Joel Garcia, was out
Wait.
Does anybody know who Joel Garcia is?
What farm is Joel Garcia from?
Well, Joel Garcia has 4G
4G radio.
4G
Anybody
radio.
ever heard of that farm?
Yes, it's somebody said something about it. No.
Yeah.
So Joel had, when he first moved out, we were out there in Ditto, maybe about 4 years before he was. He shows up and they start planting strawberries. He's also an avid deer hunter. We're not we're neighbors and whatnot, but everybody stays out of each other's business. One day I hear boom, boom, two loud gunshots from across the street, and I see Joel continuing after what seems to be one of the largest bucks that I've seen. He takes one more shot while it's still on his property, shoots it, it jumps over the street, jumps over his fence, jumps over my fence, and dies in my field.
Perfect.
That was, and then Joel calls and he says, "Hey, we shot a deer. It's on your field. What do you want to do?" Technically, he says, I could tell he wanted the deer, but he says, technically, it's your deer because it's your field. And I said, "Come pick it up." And I said, "We'll figure out a way to get it out." We're dragging it, and it's actually, it's throwing bodily fluids out or whatever.
Perfect.
And we never saw another deer on our property again.
It works. Just have Joel shoot your deer.
So the following year, we took it upon ourselves not to shoot a deer, but we picked up a small deer carcass and placed it in the corner, and deer refused to come onto the property. They think that there's a predator there that's going to end them in their own demise and their counterpart there. So we never had deer again. But we tried Irish soap. We tried or Irish spring soap. We tried barber hair that was on the ground. We tried pepper, cayenne pepper. We tried deflectors, compact disc. I even had a Celine Dion tape playing, and they still showed up, man.
Yeah, she needs to do a live, actually.
And I don't think it was cheaper.
With that being said, Kevin, you were talking earlier, before we ever got on camera, you were talking earlier about, you guys put up a high fence. I don't know if you mentioned that already.
So we decided that it was worth the investment to spend the $11,000 to put up a high fence. So we split it between our organization.
Did y'all hear that?
11 grand.
Yeah.
$11,000. With that being said, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and pull up this overlay real quick. If you guys will look at this, this is the festival show and results, which, by the way, these are first year growers. And if you look at number 22, it's Poteet, FFA, and Interact. They got third place.
Yeah.
And y'all had another one in there, didn't you?
25.
Number, let me see if I can find it. There it is, Poteet High School Strawberry Farm. Third place, number 25. 22 and 25. Let's remember those numbers, okay, Don?
Yeah, sure.
Let's remember those numbers. If you guys want to go back and screenshot that, yeah, number 22 and number 25. So the reason I bring that up is, guys, the auction is over, but bidding is not. If you guys want to help the kids out, make sure that you send an email to poteetrotaryclub@gmail.com. Did I get that right, Daryl?
That's correct.
Perfect. That's the first time. Okay, I get it wrong almost every time. So send an email to poteetrotaryclub@gmail.com. Let them know that you would like to add on to either number 22 or number 25, and how much you want, $5,000, $6,000, whatever you want to add on there to help these guys out, because they paid a lot of money for that fence. And sure, it adds to their longevity and it adds to their capability to produce berries, but
And it also helps us give some of these kids scholarships.
and it helps these kids get scholarships. So that's the big thing. That this is for the kids. I'm gonna pull that back up again. Number 22.
Screenshot it.
Screenshot that, guys, while it's up there. Number 22 and number 25. Send an email to poteetrotaryclub@gmail.com. Let them know that you'd like to add on all of that money onto either of those flats. Or both. Yeah, she's got the right idea. Let them know that you'd like to add on to those. And there's no minimum, right, Daryl?
That's right. They can also go to Poteet Rotary Club Facebook page, and that's form is up there for them.
One more time.
They can go to the Poteet Rotary Club Facebook page, and the screenshot that he just had up there, the form is there. Just send us an email, and if you have any questions, let me know, and we will get back with you.
Perfect.
Perfect. Guys, y'all have any funny stories or anything from this year? Anyone? Anybody fall on their face?
I did last year.
Nobody felt, y'all don't have any embarrassing stories? Come on, it's for the people.
We have so much more respect for farmers
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do y'all feel? Let's start. I forgot your name already, but like I said, I don't even remember Lisa's name that I've known for 2 years. So, Emma, how did you feel about your first year of farming?
I loved it. It was really fun.
Loved it. It was really fun. Does anyone else have any commentary on growing?
I want to hear what this guy has to say.
Yeah, let's hear what this guy, Lucas, right? Lucas, look into this camera and tell these people to please donate money. Please.
Give money.
That was great, Lucas. I just thought of something actually, and
It made me feel bad. I know what happened.
I just thought of something.
Don't cash that until Saturday.
We as the Rotary completely forgot to do the Big Berry contest, the biggest berry contest. And when I was looking in the refrigerator yesterday, there was 2 big berries. There's only 2 entries for it. And I'm going to tell you right now, the schools was 100% the winner of that.
Oh man, we need to go retro. We need to go retro.
So, I'm with Donovan on this. Guys, if you will send an email to poteetrotaryclub@gmail.com. Where's that hat? Can y'all hand me that hat behind you? All right. If anyone, you want to hold that in front of the camera?
Here you go. Y'all hold it right there.
Hold it, guys.
If anyone will donate to the school for their biggest berry, because they deserve it. Normally that biggest berry pulls in, anywhere from $300 to $1,000. Am I right?
Yes, sure does.
If anyone will buy that biggest berry, it's still good. We'll get it to you. We'll get it to you right now. But if anyone will buy that biggest berry, I'm going to throw that hat in and you guys can have that hat for free. And in fact, not just that, if anyone will just donate to the school in general, you can have the hat. And I'll give anybody a hat. I don't care if it's $20. Just donate to the school, lot number 22 or 25, or the biggest berry,
Or all 3.
or all 3, and you'll get hats.
And if a corporation decides that they're going to go up to 1,000, well, let's start at 500.
Yeah.
If they donate $500 to the biggest berry, which by all means I've seen it belongs to the school, we will donate a case of wine.
Oh,
A case of wine.
And its estimated value is $420.
It's estimated at 420, which is coming up in 3 days, guys. But it's estimated 400. That was off the cuff. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man.
But
$421.
it's estimated at $421. So just buy the case of wine for Donovan, and you'll get that biggest berry. We'll get it to you.
You see how this works out? Capitalism at its best.
It's fantastic.
No tariffs whatsoever.
But guys, I want to thank the Poteet shop. Do you have something else?
If they want to see a picture of our biggest berry,
What?
go
Gilbert, can you do me a favor and open that door? Go into that cooler right there to your right and open it up, and you're going to see something that says Poteet High School Growers.
If you happen to buy the berry and you live out of town, I volunteer to eat the berry.
I volunteer as tribute.
Sure.
Because it looks delicious. We're waiting on it.
I
It's in a little plastic container.
I was going to bring my entry, but our truck broke down and we couldn't finish loading it.
Oh.
Here it comes.
Took 6 people to load
Here
it.
it comes, folks.
Lucas,
Lucas, give this thing a close up on this camera right here.
Oh, wow. That is fantastic.
Look at this berry,
Look at the
guys.
size of that thing. Hang on.
Kevin, what did you say that weighed out at?
It's 1.9 ounces.
1.9. Look at it. Phil Smith-Aguirre's hand.
Yeah.
This thing is gigantic.
And one of our students, our high school students, Elizabeth Lopez, is the one that found it.
All right.
Good job, Elizabeth.
That
Good job.
thing is an absolute monster. So, like I said, if somebody will donate, you're going to get a hat. And Donovan has offered up a case,
Yeah, that's right.
a case of wine.
There's some of this stuff. Enough of that.
A case of wine. But guys, did y'all have anything else you want to say to the audience before we go?
We would like to thank the Poteet Strawberry Festival Association, as well as the Rotary Club, SoTech Farm, 4G, Five Cousins, K&H, and Lions Club.
Nice.
So the Lions Club and the Poteet Strawberry Festival Association already donated $1,000 towards our fence.
Fantastic, man.
Nice.
Fantastic. Thank you. to those guys.
Got to have a fence.
Like I said, guys, donate. Number 22, number 25, Poteet Aggie Growers. I almost forgot your name because I forget everybody's name. Thank y'all so much for coming. We enjoyed having you. and we're gonna walk y'all off with the dumbest commercial in the history of the world.
Is your business looking to hit a potential of 12,000 plus sets of eyes twice a month? Send us a PM to talk to us about advertising opportunities on our broadcasts.
We're back. We're back. Hi, guys.
We'll probably pull them up on here.
We're here, we have Donovan and Tony Roy on our close shot on the left side, and it's still me and Joanna over here, and everybody. We want to welcome Tony Roy Martinez. Welcome, Tony Roy. Tony. Tony Roy is another one of our new grower recipients from this past year. They operate, him and his wife operate, and kids operate Gideon's Gardens. Look at these berries, y'all.
Yeah.
We want to open these up and take a look at them. Wow.
So these berries
Can you put
are
those in front of the
actually
camera?
Yeah, sure will.
the two varieties that we grew today. Or that we grew this season.
What
So-
varieties did you grow? That's something we didn't ask in school.
So this variety right here that you see,
Look
this
at
is
those.
the Portola variety.
Portola.
And so from that variety, we were able to make it through the sift, and we placed 5th in the competition.
Fantastic, man. That is fantastic.
I'm gonna pull that up while you're talking, Tony Roy, just so people can
Right.
see where you're at on there.
And so this one right here.
Oh, sorry. I'll pull it back up.
Just all right.
So, and then this one right here, this is the Cabrillo variety. And this variety, we also placed 5th in the competition as well.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, you'll notice there's some slight differences between
Sure.
the two. And you can see the just the shape difference, the color difference is actually really cool. So we learned a lot about the different varieties of strawberries. And so me personally, I like the Cabrillo. It's
Okay.
the flavor is just like, it's sweeter, it's amazing, and I love it.
How do you fare
Y'all wanna try some of these?
the Portola? How do you fare the Portola as far as flavors are concerned?
The Portola flavors are
Smell
pretty
it
good. It's
before you
funny
try.
because they seem to be doing a little better now, a little later in the season. They're a little sweeter now. But the Cabrillo were fairly sweet throughout the season. And so,
Yeah.
of course, the darker the berry, it was sweeter. And
Right.
it has a unique flavor in my mind, and I really enjoyed it.
Donovan, can you put that berry back in front of that camera right in front of you?
Which one, sir?
The Portola, just let's
Yes.
see the inside of it.
Yeah. Okay, so
Maybe.
what we're looking at here is, and I'll just give you a brief description. What you're looking at there is you actually see no hollowness inside of the berry itself. And that'll let you know that the plant was fed consistently and watered consistently. And the drip tape irrigation actually helps that. But it is a fantastic feature if you're wondering what the judges are actually trying to discover when they're actually looking through this, is this type of consistency. And that's just the way the ball bounces.
Audience. What do y'all think about that, guys? Those berries look beautiful.
Look at that.
Consistently.
Let's take a look at the inside of the Cabrillo. Oh, you're doing that right now.
Already got it.
And that's
Perfect.
buying your strawberries at your local market.
Fantastic.
Will not get that beautiful red color.
Right. So another thing that we're looking at too is going to be the indentions on the actual berries. You can actually see that they're well set into the actual what we would call the meat of the actual strawberry itself, letting you know that toward the end of its season, when it was about to ripen, everything was hitting off perfect, and the seeds are slightly recessed inside of them, letting you know that the farmer was out there pretty much all day and all night.
I was actually out there earlier picking these berries as well.
All right, nice.
And we still have like our whole field is still producing.
Oh, that's fine.
As you can see.
They're still open.
So if you guys,
Come and purchase them.
yeah, so if you guys are looking for berries, just look up Gideon's Gardens on Facebook, and Tony Roy will be able to take care of you and get you some berries. Even our patch, how are your berries doing, Donovan?
They're actually starting to kick in. Well, so we have the Portola, just like Tony Roy, and he and I were just talking right now that the Portola actually is a little bit later in the season for whatever reasons or another. They decided to kick it in right before.
I know the reason.
Yeah, well, right before the festival. Right before the festival. So we're worried. The week after the sift, come Monday, Tuesday, and we started watering, started feeding. We didn't see anything until Wednesday. We're starting to see some pinkish ones, some reddish ones. By the time Friday rolled around and Saturday rolled around, everybody was happy. I got to tell you, I was out there at 4:30 in the morning with a flashlight, just panicking, trying to figure out what we were going to pick, and then everything worked out well. Of course, nobody else shows up until I'm already finished picking, but that's Garcia luck. That's Garcia family timing.
So we
So,
also threw the Portola.
Yeah, y'all did go to the
And
Portola.
I have yet, I hate to say this, they are not my favorite variety of strawberry. I find them to be zero sweetness. They have a strong strawberry flavor. They're good. They're they're just not sweet. They don't do it for me, but they are an extreme day neutral. They have a higher heat and drought tolerance, which is why now that it's getting warmer and these other berries are fiddling out, these guys are kicking it.
Yeah.
over
So
the-
keep in mind too that acid in the form of fertilizer, nitrogen, all these other things, the NPK, look that up, Google it, NPK when it comes to fertilizer, that will actually determine what kind of pH you're actually going to be introducing to your soil. So I recommend that everybody do a pH test once a year, every year, at the beginning and at the end, do an average, and then start off your next season with that. Having said that, the last thing I'll tell you about growing sweet strawberries is add that fertilizer a little bit sooner than recommended, and that will increase your sweetness in any kind of berry.
And switch it up.
We're picking strawberries that are about the size of, I don't know, about a plum right now. So and that's just the luck of the draw. We didn't know what Portola was going to do. Now we know.
They're a beautiful berry. They're big. Like I said, they taste sweet. I mean, they taste like a strawberry. They just do not have sweetness. And that was the one thing that I did not like about them.
Oh, you got some photos there.
Which is the oddest thing, like, when it comes to berries, everybody has a different palate. So, with the pearls this year, I tried not to tell people what the pearls tasted like to me, because it's not going to taste like that to them.
Right.
And I bring that up because we had people go pick the Portolas and say, "Oh my God, this tastes like a dessert strawberry."
So
And I'm like,
sweet. We love them. And
"What's wrong with your tongue?"
Yeah.
And I'm talking about our own berries. And like Joanna said, they are an extreme day neutral. They came from UC Irving. They were made at UC Irving. We've been trying to get the Portola for how long?
that
5
was
years?
2 years.
2
It was
years?
2 years that we were trying to get it.
Because they're known as
Most nurseries will not ship them until January for that reason, because of their extreme day neutralness. So they won't ship them. We plant in October. They won't ship them till January. Down here, we could plant them as late as the beginning of January, but depending on the weather, we may or may not have strawberries for the festival. So the risk wasn't worth taking. This year, Cedar Point Nursery is the nursery that we used. They actually shipped them out in October. We tried them. Like I said, they're big, they're beautiful, they taste like a strawberry. They just don't have that sweetness that I like.
the reason that we really wanted them is UC Irving said that they had a heat tolerance of up to 95 degrees with still putting on balloons.
And we're seeing it.
And
Yeah,
they
they're
are.
producing.
They're the only thing in our field. Our Albions are still putting on balloons, but our
The pearls are putting on.
pearls are still putting on balloons, but everything else is just like cool white flag. I'm done. But the Portolas still dumping out berries.
Yeah.
They're just getting smaller. They're kind of past the prime. But those Portolas from UC Irving, they said that their berries can average 2.5 ounces.
That's fantastic, man.
2.5 on average.
On average.
2.5 ounces, which is the biggest California variety that exists. Which is why we really wanted it, because we wanted to win that biggest berry competition. Dang it.
Hey, let the kids
But the kids got it. So
It's all
like I
good.
said,
It's all
donate
good.
to the kids. Tony, I'm gonna.
So, yeah, I was actually gonna jump back.
Yeah, let's hop in
Talk
there.
about my farm.
Okay.
So,
Sure, that-
so
that's
our
called being
farm
snarky.
is called Gideon's Garden. And, we named it, Gideon's Garden after our son, Gideon. So he, see, get that.
Perfect. Look at that logo, y'all.
So cool logo. My wife made it. She's awesome.
She is.
And so we named it after him. He actually was diagnosed with a genetic deficiency that actually caused seizures.
Oh, wow.
And so he was about 5 months old whenever he had his first seizure. And so, long story short, he ended up having to go to the ER and had like a whole reset at a year and a half old. So he had to relearn how to eat, walk, talk, like the whole 9 yards. He basically a complete hard reset.
And how's he doing?
And so now, since he was, we got him to a pediatric neurologist, and so we were able to get the right medication for him. He was seizure free for 2 years, and he has been off of that seizure medication for a couple years now.
That's fantastic, man.
Yeah, so we're really praise God for
Praise
that.
God.
And so he is our
Sure, let's go and
our,
see. Let's
our,
go.
our little angel. So he
Hope everybody can see
absolutely
that.
loves.
Can you, if you email me that, I'll put it up here for everybody.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, that's there we go.
There you go.
So yeah, he absolutely. So this is my family, and so we're a military family. I'm
I'm gonna
a
pull this up and make it
reservist,
full screen for you.
and we have my pleasure. We have our girls that we homeschool, and of course Gideon as well. And so they are little worker bees, and so they help us out with that and help mom making the jams and
That's fantastic, man.
all of the good stuff.
What else? What are photos we got in there?
So we've got oh yeah, and so we got Gideon. Like I said,
Hey, all right.
he absolutely loves the garden. He'll go out there with us. He gets the chicken berries that we send him to go feed the chickens.
Nice. How old is he now?
So he is 5 years old now.
Wow. Okay.
And he's been seizure free for a few years now, which has been wonderful.
That's incredible.
I think you took that picture when we were driving by honking at you that one time.
Actually, I think it was when it, yes. Kind of going into like the things that we dealt with. I know the Machaca's had a lot of issues with deer.
Yep.
And there's been a lot of other things that people have been having issues with. We've been fairly fortunate. It was interesting because we actually did have some pests that popped up that were very.
Oh, y'all got to see this.
Yeah. So this right here, this is cutter ants.
Oh yeah,
And
they'll do it.
so
They'll do it,
this-
man.
This goes to show these ants can actually devastate an entire and cut the leaves off an entire row of strawberries if you don't catch them quickly.
Sure.
So these suckers were interesting to mess with. I've been fighting them for years.
So when did you actually first see the cutter ants show up on your property?
A few years ago, actually. They started at a small spot and they've slowly been spreading throughout. So we've been fighting them for years.
Okay, so the next question: when did you first see them appear in this season, approximately? Because I got a follow-up question.
When did I take that picture?
Dump them at their place.
December was when they started. It may have been a little before that.
Right.
But December was when I took this picture.
So why do you think they did that? Why do you think they showed up then?
Because it was rather warm.
And they were getting the last bit of nutrients to take down into the hole
Yes.
right before the cold winter came in, just like hibernating bears and any other kind of animal. So what you want to do is actually look for a bait that they have, and you can find it at local stores. You probably can't endorse them, but there's some of the bigger chains or the box stores, and they actually have it for regular pest and cutter ants. And you just, whenever you get a chance, you see the first ones appear, go ahead and give them just a healthy handful, and they will say, "Hey, this is great. Look at that giant man just gave us some food to take back in our dens." And I guarantee you, within about 3 days, they will be gone. And then my brother has another theory. He says, you don't really get rid of ants. You just send it to other people's property. So just go ahead and send it to other people's property. This is, if they're not planting strawberries, of course,
Yeah, so that was something that we had been dealing with. But one thing that I thought was it's interesting because there's been a couple things that happened during our time growing that I'd never seen before, and one of which were termites.
That's
And
neat.
this was something that was absolutely mind-boggling. I had never seen termites eating a green plant before, and so these termites were crawling all over the plant and just completely like shredding the leaves.
That's neat.
So that was something I thought was really interesting. So of course I took pictures of it. And so these are just the regular termites that you see out in the grass that make their little
Yeah, mud condos.
like right there in your yard that you see them, and lo and behold, they attack the strawberries.
I happen to know that Tony had another pest. Do you have?
We did. I got the video right
Wow,
here.
it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
We're gonna pull this. up.
So one of the other things that was very interesting was the foxes and the coyotes.
Nice.
So we had, and actually the foxes, my dad actually helped trap those and did a good job with that. But it was actually foxes and coyotes that were going
Look at
in,
that.
and look at this guy. Look at that little beggar.
Just chowing down.
Chowing down on my berries.
Look at that.
So that, and of course I had a video of the coyote chomping on my berries as well, but I couldn't find that one fast enough.
Tony, before you get started, I want to go ahead and say, Jennifer, your wife,
Yes.
just sent in a message, and she said that he's been off meds since October.
Oh,
there you go.
fantastic. There you go, man.
We also had a comment from Bruce Eichmann, who said that, I'm guessing he's referring to you,
Yeah.
that you're Poteet's finest, 100%.
Oh,
Appreciate that, Bruce. Thank you, Bruce. Yeah. Do you have a video of that coyote?
I don't.
Okay.
I was looking, I couldn't find it. So
If they find it, she can put it.
I'll see if I can find it. I texted my dad. So we've got cameras that are out there. Specifically, I had them to keep an eye out if any deer showed up. We did have one deer, but it never made it into the field. It actually got hit, and it was like on the side of the road before it even got to the patch. But it was the other varmints that ended up showing up, specifically the coyote that I would see every so often, but I couldn't take them out just due to line of sight.
Yeah, sure.
And then of course trapping, I tried trapping them, but that didn't really work either. So
Yeah.
How about the gophers?
gophers, I got pictures of gophers, and so I have taken out probably over almost 10. But we have a handy dandy gopher trap that I know Mr. Bates over at Five Cousins uses and loves. I got my dad hooked on them as well, and they work very well. So gophers were out there, and so we're able to mitigate that.
Right, good.
As far as the snow, so
I was
we
gonna
had
ask you about
Yep.
weather, how
So-
you mitigate the weather.
for weather, because we were a small farm,
Let me pull that up.
we had a little over 7,000 plants. We were able to actually cover our plants completely with frost barrier.
Oh, nice.
So we covered the entire thing a day or two before the hard freezes hit, and that made a big difference as far as our berry production.
Sure, it'll increase about
So-
2-3 days.
So, who gave you the link to that frost barrier?
Oh man, I don't know. Somebody, I can't remember who it was. So, and one of the things that we definitely appreciate, because we are new growers, when we started out, when we came back, when I separated from active duty, got to the reserve, and we came back to Poteet, we had a lot of good friends that we were able to link up with. And so specifically, Mr. Will Bates and his son Josh and Haley. And so we had helped them with planting their strawberries and harvesting their strawberries for a few years. And so we were able to kind of pick up, I kind of feel we had a little bit of an advantage because of the all that time that we were working with them over at Five Cousins. So for us, being able to plant everything, harvest everything, and then sort and get it all ready, it really did help. But for this grant program, we really appreciate the fact that we're able to have mentors, people who we'd be able to call. You know, I was able to call Pat and Joanna if I had questions. I was able to call Mr. Bates and ask them questions. So like being able to reach out to those veterans who have done this for years, it really makes a big difference for us, because, you know, we don't know everything. Oh, hey, what do I do about this? Like, hey, there's termites. What termites? Yeah, termites. What do I do about termites?
That was a new one to me.
So,
Yeah,
so things like that, it really makes things a lot easier for us with those smaller farms, because, you know, we're just starting out. We're not well established. You know, we don't have that brand recognition, you know, where people are able to recognize our little logo or anything like
yeah,
that.
just give it time, man. It's
You
gonna
know,
happen.
and so you have the veterans who've been here for a long time. They've got name recognition, so it makes it easier for them. And so we have to make sure that we try to continue working with the small farmers, so that way we can continue on the legacy. You know, not just for those that have been doing it for years, but those who are starting up.
Sure.
So that way
That's
we'll be
what-
able to continue.
And that's what it's all about.
And that's part of the grant.
That's
is
part of
that
it.
When we have a new class of growers, our previous class is now elevated to mentors. And of course, you know, all the veteran growers will still be here, but you're now a veteran grower that's going to be helping next year's class, and that's awesome.
You'll be a sophomore.
There you go.
There we go.
There'll still be some hazing involved.
A lot of
Wait
times,
till we leave here, my friend.
a lot of times in strawberry growing is knowing what not to do. So,
Yes.
you know, that's part of just taking your lumps and figuring out what not to do. Joanna and I've learned, and I'm sure Donovan, you've learned a lot of things what not to do.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Is there anything specifically that you could think of?
You know, what's crazy is that we're talking about sharing information across the board, right? So And I've been doing this for a while. I didn't know I was doing it, but I was actually born into it. So I'm 56, but I was born in May. So I've been around strawberry fields for about 55 years. Long story short, because of the way technology advances, everybody has the ability to do just about anything. You can actually find nutrients, you can find sub-nutrients, do your building blocks to be able to eradicate pests and do all kinds of stuff. So you yourself may be, you had information about termites, and Pat's been doing this for several years. I've been doing it for a while. I've never seen termites in a field,
Yeah.
like ever. And it doesn't really, I don't even know why they would be there, but maybe.
Well,
Maybe.
Don't forget to get us lot numbers.
And that's
Oh,
what
okay, yeah.
we're kind of running up against the wall here, guys. But so what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna pull up our results again from the festival show and sale, and I want to go ahead and applaud Tony again. First time grower getting on to the show twice. If you guys will look at number 42, you'll see Tony Roy Martinez, which is Gideon's Gardens, and with his caballeros. And then you'll also see on number 46, Tony Roy Martinez, Gideon's Gardens, with their Portola. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and offer that exact same deal. I'm going to offer that same exact deal. I only have maybe 40 hats, so don't plug me out of hats. But if you guys will donate anything, I don't care. It could be $20. It could be $5,000. If you guys want to add on to the Martinez's to make sure that they are able to get into next year, to grow, to expand, because that's what the goal of our show, what the Rotary show is. The goal of the Rotary show is we all should be developing businesses that are self-sustainable without making it to the show.
Right.
But if you make it to the show, that show should be about giving you just that little bit of extra kick to be able to expand your business, to be able to grow more berries, to be able to infiltrate the strawberry festival with berries, to put a high fence up if you need to.
Exactly.
That's what the show's about. The show is not about, that shouldn't be your main source of income for the year.
Sure.
Yeah.
And
So
I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up, but Joanna's gonna say something.
25% of everything that comes
Exactly.
through the auction gets sent to send kids to college. There's scholarships involved, and the Rotary does a lot for this community. A lot of community. Back to the farmers, and it's going back to this community.
Actually, it's also tax deductible as well.
It is
All contributions are tax deductible, so it's a good business incentive as well.
It's a 501c3 donation, so it's 100% tax deductible no matter whatever you do. Now I will say your tax deductions aren't going to do anything unless you donate $2,000 or more. That's literally, that's tax code. If you don't donate $2,000, it's not going to affect anything in your income.
Right.
So if you have more than $2,000 in tax liability, donate. Donate your money. Be tax smart. Donate your money. Donate to the Rotary. Donate to good causes like
You can go
this.
to any of the growers. It doesn't have to be the ones that were featured. You could do a blanket donation and have the Rotary split it up between however many growers you want.
Yeah. And then in addition to that, so the Martinez family has a really long heritage in the Strawberry Festival. I know that your great grandfather,
Oh, my grandfather.
your grandfather was actually in the very first Strawberry Festival
Yes.
in a parade float featuring a band that he was in.
It was his band. So he was the owner of Roy's Nursery, right off of 476 as a grass and tree farmer. And here is the picture of him on that float back in 1948.
So
Look at that.
so the FYI,
A little closer.
there's that photograph, and I know I have some history on it. It was actually shot from a second-story building from an actual what would be now considered an Airbnb, but it was actually a hotel, and it was actually looking down toward the area where the Poteet Volunteer Fire Station is now. Prior to that, that was called a Civic Center. So the Civic Center was hosting the entire festival in that location, and that's where we actually had the judging for the actual first of the festival. So kudos to you guys for being part of the very first ones as well. And then and then for you, hats off to you for your service and for everything you've done. And as a lot of people know, the Strawberry Festival was first founded by a group of Rotarians, and it was to honor the World War II veterans coming back in from the war. Wanted to encourage them to stay in town and whatnot. And you know, there was a family member. I'll say this in closing. A family member of the Martinez family that was killed in action, and he served in the Marine Forces. And
It was a car accident, but yes.
oh yes, and while he was serving, and this was it was one of the events that was etched into my mind as a young child, and when I heard the stories from my brothers, and they would get really quiet, of course, you know, they all went to school together. They had different classmates that were Martinez's and Garcias together. So once again,
So
thank you, bro.
I did find that coyote.
Did
Yeah,
you?
one more- We got one more
So,
video.
yeah, so this, once again, like, just to show I'm not blowing smoke. This is the coyote that is, going up and eating
Look at that.
my berries. See him
Wow.
right there.
Looks like a chupacabra.
It could be.
I don't know, maybe. So you can see him crawling up there.
Chupacabra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. So he probably took out quite a few berries, but that's all right.
Between him and the termites, man.
Yeah.
And the ants, don't forget.
And the
Yeah.
ants.
So you told us about how you fought off the weather, how you fought off the animals.
Yep.
You ready for next season?
We are very excited for next season. So,
Fantastic.
and of course, we are going to expand a little bit.
Good.
So we're
Fantastic.
going to be trying to go for 8,000 plants
There
next
you
year.
go.
Wow.
So, yeah, hot the bug. So,
Well, welcome to the pain room.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to continue. But guys, we're going to go on one more break and then we're going to close it up with you guys.
And
All right, guys. We're going to go ahead and close it up, but we just want to introduce all the Rotarians that were here today. Guys, go ahead and introduce yourselves. Down the line. Of course, everybody knows Donovan. Everybody knows Donovan.
Debbie Hoogie.
Darren Ogden.
Colleen Garson. Oh, Joanna Garcia. There we go. No.
So from all of us here at the Poteet Rotary, Sotex Farms, Garcia Farms, the infamous Garcia Farms,
Right.
and Blackbird 9 Winery, do you want to show me what bottle you brought and just tell me a little about real quick?
really quick, this is the Tex-Mex Merlot. And if you look at the reward on there, it's 8,200,000 and something thousand, 9,118 for the reward. If you actually put that into your phone and hit send, my phone will ring. So that's a little Easter egg that's
Call
actually in there.
Donovan
Yeah.
anytime.
No, not at any time.
Be sure
Oh,
to give us our email address again before we.
Oh, yeah. Before we sign off, once again, Poteet Rotary Club at gmail.com. I'm going to go ahead and pull this thing up just so y'all can see it one more time. And guys, if you want to send, if you want to put, grab a screenshot of that. If you want to put money on any of those people, do it. Because like I said, 25% of that is going to go to scholarships. The other 75% goes to helping farms expand, helping farms just be a little bit more sustainable and continue into next season. So, but if you guys want to donate to the Martinez's, Gideon's Gardens, it's 42 and 46.
Fantastic.
If y'all want to donate to the Poteet Interact and FFA, the Poteet Strawberry Growers, it's going to be number 22 and number 25.
Don't forget their biggest berry.
And don't forget to add on to the biggest berry. Remember that. Daryl's going to be looking into that, and we will let people know if somebody did that. And additionally, if you guys want to donate to the Menchakas, they did have their silent auction flat, and I'm sure if you send Daryl an email and say you want to add on to the Menchakas flat to help them continue into next season, just send that email to PoteetRotaryClub@gmail.com. Let them know you want to add them to the Menchakas. So, guys, we appreciate y'all being with us today. It looks like we're right on 56 minutes, so we made it under an hour. Remember, I'm going to give anybody that donates to any of those, Daryl's going to let me know, I'm going to give any of those a Sotex Outdoors hat. We've got about 40 of them in the shop right now. And Donovan promised to donate a case of wine to whoever bought that biggest berry.
That's right.
Is that correct?
That's right. That's correct.
And so, guys, I want to thank Donovan for coming. Yeah. I want to thank the Rotary for being here, and I want to thank everybody that showed up, all the farms that showed up, Gideon's Gardens, G&D Berries, and the Poteet Aggie Growers. Guys, thanks for watching.
We need to have a sign off of some sort, like on the Hee Haw show.
Okay.
Like we can do like salute or whatever.
Salutation.
Whatever, we'll work on it. Bye bye.
Guys, if you have an idea for what our sign off should be, thanks again. Thank you. Thank you for watching, guys.
Yeah, well.
Okay. Well, that makes it even better. Let's have him say thanks. No. Guys, thanks for watching. Have a great night.
All right, peace out.
Bye, everybody.
All right, outro.
This broadcast was powered by Sotex Farms, truly homegrown. Sotex Gear, find your happiness. Sotex Outdoors, the hunt never ends. The Poteet Rotary Club, people of action. And Blackbird 9 Winery in Poteet, Texas. Thank you for watching.
The sun sets low, another season fades, feels like letting go. Strawberry fields where laughter used to play. Gonna miss the taste, but tomorrow's a new day. Goodbye for now, but it won't be long. So here's to the fruit, the juice in our veins. Even as we bid farewell, love remains. Next season will come, as sure as the sun. Goodbye to the berries, love we've just begun. Gather round, feeling that hope. Auction day shine bright, we learn how to cope. Trophies and ribbons, a crown on each head. But it's bittersweet, as the last ones are fed. The sweet sap lingers, memories stay strong. So here's to the fruit, the juice in our veins. Even as we bid farewell, love remains. Next season will come, as sure as the sun. Goodbye to the bitters, but we've just begun. A task goes that calls me back, it won't be long. Next year we'll be ready to sing our song.